laughter, be entertaining and humorous, give the viewer exactly what they want, and cater to a new audience and your existing audience at the same time.
Okay, so as you can see, I am currently filming on my phone and on my computer, and I'm getting a call from my mom. So here we go.
Should you completely write out your scripts, right? There's kind of the...
Like I was saying, I am learning about how to script, because here's the thing about not just YouTube but videos, is that ideas are contagious. YouTube is at the forefront for sharing ideas, and if you wanted to like get a point across, why not just write something so that people can read it? But it's like no one's reading, and it's like, you know, if your information is like entertaining, that's where it like pops. So I'm saying all of that to tell you that the next time I present whatever work I end up making, whether it's another illustrated everyday challenge or another collage, it's going to be presented in a really exciting way, because underneath all that visual hard work, I'm writing scripts. I'm working on the thumbnails before I actually get started on whatever it is. And the next thing I was just thinking about making was making 2 collages, mixed media. One of Donald Trump and one of Barack Obama is my first idea, because those are images and people that represent an important story that's worthy of telling in my interpretation. But if I get stuck with a Donald Trump collage for a while, I'm not interested in that. Barack, I am more interested in. I'm not interested in making art about people I hate. Anyways, to get to the point of this video, thank you for getting this far. I am going to review a review that was made about me. I was on a YouTube live from Roberto Blake, who is a YouTube creator, and he had a live that said, I will review your YouTube channel. So he reviewed my Collage Don channel, and I'm about to watch and kind of break down for you his advice, which is really, I mean, I'm on one hand, it was like a first impression, but on the other hand, let's get to it. There might be a commercial here. Hold on, because I'm just watching on. Yes, commercial. I've already made one change that he suggested, but he also suggested I change my name on YouTube, and I'm trying to like, I mean, I want to take his advice seriously, but I also have no idea. Like, I have 20 subscribers, so it's like, I don't think anyone's gonna miss. I don't think anyone's gonna miss me. I just got to it. I just pulled it up, but I don't think anyone's honestly gonna miss my YouTube channel being called The Collage Don. I can still keep my website called that, but it's got me thinking, like, if I change my name, and I'll get to what he was talking about, what would it be? You know, I've been doing these collage, like the latest collage I did was this kind of graffiti style thing that says collage. But if I became like a graffiti artist, it would be really stupid to write collage on a wall in spray paint, because people would go, I wonder who made that. The guy who calls himself The Collage Don? So is there a way to have like a cool alias that where it's like easy to find, but it's like if you know, you know, and it's not so like eccentric? Because I've told you guys this before, like I'm okay with that feeling of like, who the F cares about collage besides me? I mean, so I was looking up names, and one of the cool names I did find, like other names, and names that are easier, and he gets to it. Actually, let's roll it, and then I'll tell you the name that I found. I was like, oh, that's a cool name. Okay, so play. Right now he's just reviewing another guy that signed on to the live, and sent him his channel, and he's talking about the review, but then he gets into me.
Yep. Channel reviews are closed for the evening. We'll be doing these again hopefully next week, usually on a Friday. So you want to be subscribed, you want notifications on so you don't miss an opportunity like this ever again, my friend. So, yep.
I'm going to turn it way up so you can hear it.
Next up
That's
is Michael Manning, and the channel is the College Dawn. Okay?
Pause. Okay, so I've been given this feedback before. I'm going to curse because it's happened again and again, and I don't think it's that difficult. People, my name is the fucking Collage Dawn. There's an A there. Read it. Everyone, so like, he's going to say, oh, you'll see. I'll let it play. But he says the College Dawn. And when I went to Miami, like some of the artists I met, they said, oh, I thought you were the College Dawn. Like college, like a school, like professors and football, and I went to college. And when you mix those two words up, you get like tongue tied. But I'm the fucking Collage Dawn, and get it right. But what I will say is you will see him go, oh, I thought you were this. It turns out you're like collage, whatever.
So that's the channel, is at the College Dawn. Thank you for dropping your handle. That's particularly helpful when the channel is not the same as the handle that you're using.
I can't seem to find you. Sorry, man. It's not you. I've had this happen a million times.
Somehow, some way, I can't find your channel.
That's not my impression of you. I apologize. It's my impression of.
Oh wait, I'm spelling it wrong.
Of a phenomena that's happened to me before.
Collage Dawn.
Collage.
No, I think I'm still spelling it wrong.
Collage, not college. Collagen. Oh, the Collagen Dawn?
Ah, found you.
Yeah.
Okay, so first of all, your channel is actually really hard to find, and that might have something to do with its spelling. So
it's spelled correctly. You didn't read it right, sir. Strong start, Mister. All right, now I am pissed because this is the second time I watched this.
I don't know. But let's see what we can do. So this looks like it's going to be a vlog channel about your life. So let's see what we can do here.
Don't get too excited.
Okay. All right. So Michael Manning, the Collage Dawn. All my life. Okay, you do need a more interesting about section than that for people to understand. And your whole deal is why collage is the best medium to tell stories in the modern era. So it looks like it's somewhat of a vlogging / artistic channel. You've done 32 videos. You have 20.
What I wanted to say was that, I mean, seeing this through somebody else's eyes, I just paused it now, was really enlightening. I mean, for someone else to say, oh, this is the first impression. I mean, why would he have ever heard of me? I've got 20 subscribers. He's just telling me his honest first impression. I realized how far I've come in my artistic journey. Like, collage is my favorite medium as like a consumer, and I see potential in it. But I've kind of like cornered myself in a way I didn't want to. I want to be able to create whatever I want. And collage is a good medium to do that because it's so messy and mixed media and all this stuff. So, am I the mixed media Don? Or am I mixed Mike? I don't like that. I don't like that. Is that easier to find as a title? It's not even the one that I found that I'll get to. But yeah, let's let him go.
Subscribers. It's been inconsistent. You're personally emerging out of a creative rut. Okay, cool. So the thing is, I think that you have to show rather than tell. If your whole deal is that you believe that collages are a great medium for storytelling, then you need to illustrate that. By the way, a handle that might make things easier on you is if the handle "It's me, Michael" is available. If the handle "It's me, Michael," like "It's me, Mario," like if that handle's available, that'll make your life easier. You know.
Pause. He talks exactly like a friend of mine. Like that little Mario impression. It's bizarre. You see, it sounds exactly like a friend that I have. I don't like that title either. I'm not gonna be. I don't think I'm gonna be. It's me, Michael. And I'd be surprised if that's even available. Play.
You know, that'll make it easier because the collage Don is not necessarily easy to spell, and in some cases not easy to say. I get that it's a brand or that you think it's meaningful to you. You can tell people that you call yourself the Collage Don in your videos if you want to. It doesn't need to be the handle. The handle needs to be easy to spell, easy to remember, and easy to say. So for all of you, if your YouTube channel is easy and your YouTube URL and title is easy to spell, easy to say, and easy to remember, then it'll be easier for you to get views and easier for people to find it.
Okay, pause. So I agree with that advice, but like, you know, I mean, he has a bunch of people watching and waiting, so he's moving, he's grooving, but like define easier. Like that's my whole thing. Is like, is it really that like if you figure out, oh, hey, that's Mike, oh, right? Like I understand the value of going, oh, that's Mike more than like, oh, that's the Collage Don. Nobody calls me the Collage Don to my face like on a regular basis, right? But like, oh, if you like my art, oh, you keep up with this. If you're, I mean, I have collectors, right? And it's like if you do this and do that, and you get to know me, you're like, oh, sure, collage, right? Whatever, what do you do? But just define easier. Like define it's easier or it's so hard to spell. Like I don't get that, but
so that will be incredibly helpful to a lot of you. So keep that in mind. So then the other thing and the other part of it is to
commercial.
To look at what you say you want to do. Instead of saying all my life or this is all about my life, that's not interesting to a normal person. Most people are not interested in other people. They're interested in what other people have to offer.
Fair.
So you have to make that very clear. So what you should say is telling the greatest stories of all time with my art.
I made that change. I did make that change. That is understandable. It's intimidating. It's like the greatest stories of all time. What the heck? But it put things into a new perspective for sure. And it got me thinking, and I made that change. It said all my life. Before that, it just said like lifelong artist or something. And I've tried all types of stuff, but right now that's what it says. It says what Roberto Blake suggested. Now Roberto, I'll look it up exactly, but I mean this video alone was posted 24 hours ago, and it has 1,800 views. And I'm pretty sure he's like a 230 million follower account. Like I know him, and he does video content. That's what he does. He does editing, video content. He shoots music videos, movies, short films, photography. He understands tech and cameras and editing and all that stuff. So I've known him since early YouTube days, and I was following him, and it just that came up. But I've made that was the thing that I did change, and yeah, I mean there are videos that you guys see as patrons that other people don't see. They're just unlisted, which means that it's not public. It's only visible to people who I shared the link with. Um, I'm gonna have a lot of those, and I'm gonna keep on. Well, here, let's keep going.
Telling the greatest stories of all time with my art. You personally hold the belief that collage is the way, and that like you can be an artist and all these things. So here's the thing. Find a way to genuinely tell interesting stories that capture the experience of your generation. So I'm assuming that you're either anywhere from millennial to Gen Z, because you could be younger than I'm thinking, but maybe not. Maybe you're an old fart like me. So you could be millennial, you could be Gen Z. If that's the case, the point is, what are the most
I'm a
interesting
millennial.
stories of the current era of the 2020s? So the thing is, you should capture the stories and make art that captures the stories of the current generation. Tell the most important stories of all time and do it in an interesting way with art. Look to inspirations and great storytellers like Casey Neistat. I'm not telling you to make a vlog. I'm not even telling you to make a film. But if you care about collages and painting and murals and this kind of art, I would find a way to do storytelling and time lapses and collages and things about the things that matter to other people rather than the things that might matter to you personally.
That is. I'm pausing. That's a really good way to say it. Like I do. I mean, I think he's gonna say it coming up, but he says, like, instead of you creating in isolation and expressing yourself alone, try to find things that connect us all. You know, like so that people can see themselves in you instead of whatever this is. I mean, I'm at the age, man. I'm looking for friends. I'm looking to let people know that I'm here creating art I want to pass on, build a legacy. I want to make art where people say, "Man, you own a Michael Manning." That's the collage Don. Like, "Oh, you know him, right?" Like ever since I was a kid, that was like the coolest idea that you could own a Picasso. Like that's some dude out there. I mean, every artist knows that feeling. And you just keep on creating stuff, trying to be like, this looks like me. This looks like an idea that I had. And all the art that I've made so far, I look at and I go, oh, that's a Michael Manning. You can see this, you can see that, you can see where he went, you can see his origin story, you can see all this stuff. Um, but it's like the more I express these things, the more I realize how much I still have ahead of me, even though I do feel like I've come a long way. But anyways.
Because what you're talking about is you're talking about things like the dark side of art and endless ideas and all these different things and um, the heart of a lifelong artist, or you had a dream about somebody or this or that. These are things you're expressing because they matter to you, and I understand that. But if you want an audience is built by you talking about what matters to them, which is something most esoteric YouTubers fail to understand. Esoteric content can work, but esoteric content can work if the creator cares more
Did I say I'm bleeding?
about the audience than they care about themselves. And your art must prove that you care more about connecting with the other people than in isolation expressing yourself. I'm not saying you can never express yourself. I'm saying we should get the sense of your expression through the work itself. We should see you through the work, not the choice in the subject matter, but in the execution of the art. So if I were you, this is just me. If I were you, I would be doing like one big project a month, maybe. I'd probably be doing one big project a month if I were you, and I'd be consistent at this, and I would be doing a collage that tells an important story about society every single month. So the thing is, I would write a script and I would narrate a script. For example, I would pick something. I would do like
Let him cook. I will, but you see me nodding my head. This is like this is why I follow this guy. I'm like last night I was like, oh my god, this is ridiculous, and I just started to see stuff differently. So
something. Um, I do a title like it like um Generation Brain Rot. I would have an art piece. I would do an art installation piece called Generation Brain Rot. You know, and because that's bold and it's inflammatory. And what I would have done is I would have done a time lapse while having a narration as I build a collage that also functions as a multi-layered narrative mural that while I do a spoken word, not poetry, but a spoken word narrative about the impact of brain rot on the younger generation and how it sucked the soul out of society and in the name of fueling mindless consumption, and how it's the new exploitative version of, I'm pro-capitalist, but I would say that the brain rot content is a consumerism that feeds an endless cycle of passive capitalistic greed at the expense of literally robbing the youth of their souls. And I would like,
okay, that's intense, but I get the like clickbaitiness of all the stuff he's talking about. Like that's gonna be like, whoa, like the thumbnail's inspired, the title is inspiring for the audience of YouTube, right? Like that will get clicks, that'll let people know I'm out there. But then I don't have to be so like diabolical about it. I don't necessarily I'm pro capitalist too. But like he this is, I mean, all the words that he's using, I'm going like, oh, he's like free associating, and he thinks I'm like anti-capitalist, which I'm not. I need to elaborate on why I did the photo shoot that I did a couple years ago wearing the American flag stuff. Like, what does that represent to me? You know, I'm digging deeper into all these things that he's reacting to, that he's just free associating with. Like, Generation Brainrot is a great idea in terms of YouTube, but it's so like not me. It's so like, you know, like like it's so not optimistic with you know, it's the opposite of that. And I want people to feel happy when they see my work. I don't want to be complaining. I hate complaining. I don't want to complain about generations or my generation or the brain rot of anything. It could be titled that, but it would be more about what connects us and, you know, things that I like, not things I don't like. So that's my only thing. But he keeps going.
show and not just tell by literally having a collage of things that shows young people and their brains being like almost siphoned through their eyeballs
Ugh.
into screens, and that be part of a collage. And I would have a multi-layered narrative collage that I've worked on for a month while filming and time-lapsing and showing the process and building this with my hands. And I would have the voiceover, so I'd write the script and I'd perform the voiceover, and then that part's done. Then I would actually just do the collage that represents the storyline and so on and so forth, and the visualization of these very inflammatory statements. And it'd be just a series of these things. And I'd work on something like this for a month, and it would be this modern art where I say something socially important, socially relevant, and then I illustrate it and with a collage, and the video is the building of the thing and you seeing something be made with its hands and doing this kind of social narrative and social commentary. So I would tell a story like that. I do a story where I talk.
Pause. I just came up with another idea. Instead of the Donald Trump thing, what if I finally made a work of art that is directly inspired by 2022, the year that I did my everyday challenge, even though I started on November 1st? Like, what was the most photogenic, pretty image that I could collage and then use all of these little pixel characters inside of, right? Like all the everydays, right? My obsession with not wasting things, my obsession with holding on to I mean, I have portfolios of work, my mom keeps all my art, like all that stuff. Could I make something out of it? There's something there.
About maybe the crisis of masculinity, and then I do a big epic multi-layer collage on that. I would do a social narrative and collage about um, debt slavery, and just showing how consumerism is killing us. And I would probably just um, you know, do the title of something like that might be your escapism is enslaving you. So if I was going to do esoteric content, I would find something that still resonates with the people and with people in general. And if I was going to do esoteric content, then if I'm going to be high minded, I might as well go full tilt and go and lean into existentialism. And then if I'm going to do that, I might as well make narrative video essays that have been proven to do well on YouTube. But then the twist is, instead of editing it as a faceless YouTuber, I handcraft the visualizations that make up the video. And I do that through collage. So then I'm making analog art and bringing analog art to video by literally writing and performing a video essay and then handcrafting the visualization of the narrative that I'm invoking and what I'm putting into people's mind. So
I love that, because then I think how contagious of an idea that is. Like, imagine you saw a YouTube video and then at the end the artist is like, this work of art is available. If you're interested, sign up for my Patreon. Like, I just think that's really cool. It also gives me the idea that if I really went back and did something cinematic and special for each one of these collages that I have, that would be better than the time lapses that are already up on my YouTube that are, I don't say too much during those things. But it also gives me the idea that I do this for all those things, but just, make it more cinematic. It wouldn't just be this. I mean, this is just like a one take thing, but tell my stories. What are the most important stories of my generation, and how are those encapsulated inside all these collages that I have? Like the last one I did, which I made from an AI image. Like it's actually about AI, magazine waves. Nobody knows that, but some ideas.
do something like that, and it's okay if a video like that takes 1 month to 6 weeks to release and launch, and then people could always watch that anytime. It's evergreen. It has shareability built in, it has viral potential built in, and no one else can make the videos. And so then it's a true form of artistic expression, but it's not self-indulgent and it's not making you the focus. It is looking at the world through your lens and your narrative, but it's capable of reaching people. That's what I would do if I was trying to do some very esoteric art channel. I would make it about the world, and I would give people a reason to care about my view of the world. That's what I would do. That, by the way, is advice for every art channel on YouTube and every esoteric channel on YouTube, is you have to get out of your feelings about what you care about unless you have a means of making other people genuinely care about it, which means lead with where they are at. And the part of you that can exist is the lens through which you're communicating something, aka your point of view. A subject matter that matters to them, a point of view that matters to you. That's how you meet people halfway with artistic and esoteric content.
That's pretty much it.
Someone in the
Oh, this.
community will probably do timestamps for these. If I get to them, it will be on the weekend or something. But other than that, anybody in the community or in the chat is welcome to help us out with timestamps anytime.
That's about it, pretty much. Good stuff, right? It's cool. It's like, wow, fresh eyes from a
So yeah, so
professional.
that's my thoughts around your channel, Michael, and those are my thoughts around esoteric and artistic content.
So I'm basically gonna hit pause. That's essentially it. I actually am also. I'll see if I can link that in here, and I'll leave the timestamp. I think he starts around the 2 hour and 30 minute mark. Like if you just watch from there, it goes all the way until I paused it right here at 2 hours and 50 minutes. I'm gonna leave comments, and I want to reach out because there's other. I was the 11th person that he reviewed on that live, so I want to reach out to the other artists that he reviewed and make friends with them. That's another part of my plan. I'm gonna stop recording on my iPhone now. Hold on, because that's a long video that must be at least 30 minutes. But yeah, it's on a tripod. I've been shooting so much content. I have 2 terabytes, luckily, but and this computer is amazing. When I did everything that you've seen on my YouTube, I did it on my old computer, and it used to heat up. It used to get really hot. Um, and you had a fan. This is a solid state computer that I'm filming on right now. This is just a MacBook Pro I got from 2023, and it's holding up really well. It's dead quiet. It doesn't have this jarring fan that's trying to take care of all this video content. Knock on wood. So it's been holding up well. It takes the audio good. Anyways, yeah, I just thought that was really enlightening. I wanted to share that with you guys. The name that I did like, that I was thinking of, but it sounds like I just don't want to. I don't know what I want to come off as yet. Besides the collage done, but the name that I did like that I found was let me just make sure it's right. Masterpiece Mode. If my channel was called Masterpiece Mode. That sounds kind of weird actually when I say it out loud. But that was the one that I like. Or Mastermind Mode. No, it says Masterpiece Mode. Layers of Miguel. There's a bunch of names that I was just like coming up with. The Collage King, no. Art by Miguel, no. Cut, Paste, Create. No, it's not the point. Collage Vibes, no. Remix Canvas, The Art Bandit, Layered Visions. That's kind of cool. Layered Visions. But it's like, why is layered or visions more memorable than collage? I don't know. The Paper Alchemist. Creator Unlocked. Unscripted Canvas. Layers of Michael. It's kind of like 50 Shades of Grey kind of sound. Big Art Energy is kind of something like something about it makes me worried. The Art Outlaw, that's so middle school of me. I used to watch a show that was like called Outlaw Star. It was so like, yeah, like, outlaw. Crafted by Michael. Art Boss Michael. It says Miguel, honestly, for suggestions. I came up with this like name generator. So I'm thinking like why, what do I want to emphasize? Again, I mean, I want to be able to create whatever I want. I want the freedom to create whatever I want. And I actually really, really don't want to be boxed into a corner too much. It's cool if I have a whole project's worth of a brand, which is using pieces of paper to tell stories. But even I have communicated to you guys my worry about my messaging being lost within the medium. Like how much of the collage is actually being registered to my audience. Like I remember where I was when I made these things, but do other people? The feedback I've gotten is no, but also the feedback I've gotten is we like the way it looks. You're onto something. Keep going, kid. Right? I got 2 awards from Conception Art, and I've been to Art Basel in Miami, and so I'm onto something. But it's just got me thinking. I'm gonna cut it at right about now. This is a long video. I'm working hard, guys. I'm working hard. I'm looking at myself in the mirror a lot every single day. The only other things I could tell you that's on my calendar for February is I think February 10th I signed up to do a polar plunge, and I am right now kind of terrified. I think I've said it before somewhere, but it's not the water that's dangerous for doing a polar plunge. It's actually the wind. Like getting in the water, you can kind of I've learned some methods on how to like calm your body and stay focused and like do stuff, right? Like in terms of polar plunging, but that's coming up and I'm preparing for it, and it's early in the morning. I want to film it. I think it would be good video content. It would be motivating, exciting, different, new. I could film it on my GoPro, which I could go in the water with. I think I'm just going alone too. That's the other thing that kind of sucks. But that's about it. That's all that's on my calendar. Bob Marley's birthday is February 6th. So I'm going to celebrate that because I did a Bob Marley collage for Everest. I think that's it. So keep on rocking in the free world and rip in peace. Thanks, guys. The balloons every time.